you love the holidays as much as we do, you're probably planning your St. Patrick's Day to get it all together. I'm here with Trevor Hill, and he joins us to talk us a little bit more about setting that perfect St. Patty's table. Welcome, and I love these ideas. I'm so excited. Normally, like, my day's filled with corned beef and cabbage, you know, because of the pot roast, but here I am at work.
Yeah, and I thought, you know, obviously St. Patty's Day, it's like almost like the kickoff for spring, right?
Yeah.
And just a week ago in my backyard, I cut this off and I thought, okay, like almost simulating spring, add in some water, and I bet it's going to bloom. And I thought that would also be perfect for the segment, adding in some fresh greens that not everybody has, like just bushes in the backyard, right? Or trees in the back, but I mean, we try to, right?
Right, no, right, absolutely.
Plant some trees, but.
Right. Let me get a little bit more closer here to there. I love how it's so simple, and you would never think that the two would go together, and then you look at it, it's like, oh my gosh, this is beautiful.
Yeah, and honestly, so it was just 2 branches when I cut them off, obviously, you know, it's winter for us. And I was reading about it, I thought, this has to work. And I just did a quick Google search, and any of us can do that. And it said, as long as you constantly switch out the water, it'll start to bloom because the bacteria starts in the water. So just, I've been switching it out every other day. And then I loved seeing the blooms. But you can also get, I believe, and I didn't even call them and ask them, but I think Love Always sells them, but maybe Baker's. But you can get ones that blossom too. So I just was, you know, grabbing something from our backyard. But
so let me get this straight just for the viewers. So if you can go right at home, and if you have a bush and it's kind of a little bit on the brown side because of the winter, you just go ahead and tell it to wake up with some pot of water and say, spring is here, at least in my house.
I know, I'm tricking it. It's like, you know.
I want to trick myself.
But then really, the other thing I wanted to talk about with like setting the tablescape is, I know, obviously, St. Patty's Day, green. Like, you have to have some type of green.
Or you get pinched. Are you wearing, you're kind of wearing
I'm wearing green, yep.
Okay,
Not kind of, come on, I am.
You're wearing green.
And I just think, again, spring, and adding in some other colors, because even like, for example, so I grabbed all this from our store, Curated. The beautiful blush tone and that tan, just imagine some Brussels sprouts in there. And so if you don't have green dishes at home, no worries. Just think about, if you are hosting an event today, think about like adding in some of the greenery of your food, you know, and add in some of the spice.
That is a great tip.
Spice.
Well,
spicy green, whatever.
I know what you're saying. Don't worry. We were joking earlier on the morning show that we were having Guinness, you know, so it's fine. But I think it's such a good idea, because you're right. You know, I have my decoy white plates, and I always get so nervous when you really want to table decorate, but you really don't have to do that. You can start off with basic colors and just dress them up with some of the napkins and everything.
Or even, napkins, or like these cute little things. I know these are a little bit Eastery, but I felt like I loved the color of green that was on there. And I thought that is a simple way that you could use it for like multiple, you know, multiple times throughout the season.
Absolutely. Well, what is your favorite thing about St. Patrick's Day personally?
Oh my gosh. Okay, I actually really love, this is so random, but that Chicago still dyes the river green. And a friend of mine just sent a photo that lives in Chicago, and they did it like already this weekend.
Really?
They dyed it green. Yeah, so I don't know how long it lasts, but anyway. And then one time I was researching like how that works, because it's like all natural green, and you know, obviously they don't want to like hurt anything, but I thought that was kind of neat. So that's one of my favorite things. And of course, the luck, right?
Absolutely. Well, that's good. Good to hear. So things I've learned here is that you can just really keep it simple. Look at things in your backyard. And if you don't want to go real, you can always get a faux.
Exactly. And I thought like, it's also neat. I've noticed, I don't know if it's a trend, but I've noticed people mixing in like fresh flowers, and then obviously like off in the distance they'll have like faux plants. And I think that's kind of interesting, because if you like touch one of them and it's real, or you see like this branch is real, you almost feel like like when they're paired together, like this piece is real as well. You know,
you wouldn't even second guess it. And I don't think there's anything wrong with getting something that's you know, not real, because look at this, you can't even tell. I feel like maybe 10 years ago or so they were so blatantly like obvious different. Where now it just looks great. Plus, this is the kind of plant that I can handle. It's green all the time. I don't have to do anything, and it just stays the way it is. And that's what I'm hoping for tomato plants this year. But yeah, absolutely love it. Thank you so much. I hope you come on more and we talk a little bit more about just how to, even at my own home, now that you're coming here, I really feel like I got to up my game with all these tips. So. All right, well, up next, if you're in the mood for some Irish food and drink, well, we stopped down at Blarney's Stone Pub in West Fargo to see what they're featuring this week.